Beauty changes with time. Youth brings freshness, but maturity brings depth. A mature woman's beauty is not loud, rushed, or desperate for approval. It is calm, intentional, and rooted in self-awareness. What makes her truly beautiful is not perfection, but habits she practices daily. These habits shape how she speaks, how she carries herself, how she treats others, and how she treats her own soul. Beauty at this stage of life is not about impressing the world. It is about being at peace with oneself. The following habits explain why maturity, when paired with the right mindset, makes a woman even more beautiful. Emotional maturity is one of the strongest qualities that makes a woman truly beautiful, far beyond physical appearance. A mature woman understands her emotions instead of being controlled by them. She can recognize what she feels, why she feels it, and how to respond calmly rather than reacting impulsively. This self-awareness allows her to handle challenges with grace, whether it's conflict, disappointment, or pressure. She doesn't suppress her emotions, but she also doesn't let them spill out in destructive ways. Instead, she processes them thoughtfully and chooses responses that reflect wisdom and balance. A woman with emotional maturity takes responsibility for her feelings and actions. She doesn't constantly blame others or circumstances for her mood or behavior. When she makes a mistake, she is honest enough to accept it and strong enough to learn from it. This accountability builds inner confidence because she knows she is growing rather than repeating the same emotional pattern. People feel safe and respected around her because they know she communicates clearly, listens deeply, and responds with understanding instead of judgment. A mature woman's beauty becomes deeply captivating when she develops emotional intelligence and strong self-control. This habit allows her to understand her own emotions clearly instead of being controlled by them. She recognizes what she is feeling, why she is feeling it, and how to respond in a balanced way rather than reacting impulsive. Because of this awareness, she does not let anger, jealousy, insecurity, or temporary frustration define her actions. She chooses calm over chaos and wisdom over instant reactions, which naturally makes her presence more peaceful and attractive. Emotional intelligence also helps her understand the emotions of others. She listens not just to words, but to tone, silence, and body language. This makes people feel seen, respected, and valued around her. She knows when to speak and when to stay quiet, when to support and when to give space. Her empathy allows her to build deeper, healthier relationships without drama or unnecessary conflict. Instead of trying to win arguments, she focuses on understanding and resolution. Self-control gives her dignity in difficult situations. Even under pressure, she maintains grace and composure. She does not allow others to provoke her into losing her self-respect. This inner strength reflects on her face, her posture, and her behavior. People admire her not because she is loud or demanding, but because she is emotionally stable, thoughtful, and secure within herself. This habit transforms beauty from something temporary into something powerful and lasting. A mature woman's beauty is deeply connected to her emotional intelligence and strong sense of self-awareness. She understands her emotions instead of being controlled by them, which allows her to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When challenges arise, she pauses, reflects, and chooses words and actions that align with her values. This calm emotional balance creates an aura of grace that people naturally feel comfortable around. She recognizes her triggers, acknowledges her weaknesses without shame, and works on them with patience and honesty. At the same time, she is aware of her strengths and does not downplay them to please others. Her self-awareness helps her set healthy boundaries, say no when needed, and protect her peace without guilt. She listens more than she speaks, not because she lacks confidence, but because she understands the power of understanding before being understood. This emotional depth allows her to build meaningful connections, handle conflicts with maturity, and carry herself with quiet confidence that reflects inner beauty on the outside. A mature woman's beauty becomes more visible through her emotional intelligence, the ability to understand her own emotions, manage them wisely, and respond to others with balance and clarity. Instead of reacting impulsively, she pauses, reflects, and chooses responses that align with her values. This self-control shows strength, not weakness, because it demonstrates that she is not ruled by anger, jealousy, or insecurity. She knows that emotions are signals, not commands, and she listens to them without letting them take over her behavior. Her emotional intelligence allows her to communicate clearly and respectfully, even in difficult situations. She can express her needs without aggression and set boundaries without guilt. When conflicts arise, she focuses on solutions rather than blame, understanding that peace is more powerful than proving a point. This calm and composed way of handling challenges makes people feel safe and respected around her, naturally drawing them closer. Over time, this habit refines her personality and deepens her attractiveness. People admire her not just for how she looks, but for how she makes them feel heard, understood, and valued. Emotional intelligence adds depth to her character, making her presence graceful, reassuring, and quietly powerful. A mature woman understands that self-respect is not arrogance. It is a quiet, steady confidence in her own worth. She does not allow disrespect, manipulation, or emotional games to have a place in her life. This doesn't mean she is harsh or unkind. Rather, she is clear. She knows what behavior she will accept and what she will not, and she communicates this through her actions more than her words. She doesn't feel the need to over-explain herself or seek approval for her standards. Her boundaries protect her peace, her time, and her emotional energy. She knows when to say yes with a full heart and when to say no without guilt. Because she respects herself, others naturally learn to respect her as well. This habit makes her more beautiful because it creates an aura of dignity and strength. People feel safe, balanced, and clear around her, knowing where they stand, and that sense of emotional stability adds a powerful, lasting charm to her presence. A mature woman's beauty becomes most visible through the way she treats people, especially when no one is watching. Grace is reflected in her calm reactions, her respectful tone, and her ability to handle difficult situations without creating unnecessary conflict. She understands that strength does not need to be loud, and confidence does not require arrogance. Her kindness is intentional, not performative. She listens without interrupting, supports without controlling, and helps without expecting anything in return. This gentle way of being creates emotional safety for the people around her, making others feel valued and understood in her presence. Humility adds a quiet elegance to her personality. Despite her experiences, achievements, or wisdom, she does not feel the need to prove herself or look down on others. She is open to learning, willing to admit mistakes, and comfortable saying, "I don't know." This humility allows her to grow continuously and maintain healthy relationships because she prioritizes understanding over ego. Combined with kindness, it gives her a rare depth of character, where beauty is not just seen on the outside but felt deeply by those who interact with her. A mature woman's beauty becomes truly magnetic when she develops strong emotional intelligence and deep self-awareness. She understands her emotions instead of being controlled by them. When she feels anger, sadness, or disappointment, she doesn't react impulsively or blame the world. She pauses, reflects, and responds with wisdom. This calm strength shows in her expressions, her tone of voice, and the way she handles difficult situations. People feel safe around her because they know she won't explode emotionally or manipulate feelings to gain control. Self-awareness allows her to recognize her strengths without arrogance and her weaknesses without shame. She knows what triggers her, what heals her, and what drains her energy. Because of this awareness, she sets healthy boundaries and doesn't feel guilty for protecting her peace. She listens more than she speaks, observes before judging, and chooses empathy over ego. This emotional balance makes her presence soothing and her personality deeply attractive. A woman with emotional intelligence can communicate her needs clearly and respectfully. She doesn't expect others to read her mind, nor does she suppress her feelings until resentment builds. She expresses herself with honesty and maturity, which strengthens her relationships and earns genuine respect. Her beauty is not loud or attention-seeking. It is subtle, grounded, and powerful, reflecting a woman who truly understands herself and the emotions of those around her. A mature woman becomes even more beautiful when she learns to gracefully accept the changes that life brings. She understands that change is not a loss, but a natural part of growth. Whether it is changes in her body, her relationships, her career, or her dreams, she does not fight reality with bitterness or denial. Instead, she adapts with wisdom, patience, and self-respect. She knows that every phase of life carries its own kind of beauty, strength, and purpose. This acceptance gives her a calm presence because she is no longer at war with time or circumstances. She focuses on what she can control, her attitude, her values, and her actions, rather than wasting energy on what she cannot. Her confidence comes from within, rooted in self-awareness and life experience, making her presence reassuring and inspiring to those around her in the end. Beauty that lasts is not found in mirrors, but in habits, character, and inner strength. A mature woman becomes more beautiful as she grows into herself, calm, confident, kind, and authentic. These habits do not just enhance how she looks, they transform how she is felt. And that kind of beauty never fades with time, it only deepens.